everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Sasha for God. I'm going to be getting into another video where in this video, Velvet and Tori speak. And so we are going to do a commentary on this. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the video.
Camera looks so far. Anyway, okay. But I was saying, like, you just said something. You just said that the people there watched you get abused, and I felt like I tried my best to be there for you while I was there. Like, I even came to you on different occasions, on separate occasions, and I would talk to you about what was going on. But I feel like it was because of the space that we were in that we would kind of talk ourselves out of what we knew. Like I know on maybe 4 or 5 occasions I'll bring shit to you like I don't feel right about this, or this don't feel right, and then you'd be like, yeah, I know, and then you would give me the fucking rundown on his mind, and then we would kind of be like, okay, now we got the understanding, and we would let it go.
So let's backtrack. Let's backtrack just a little bit for the public, just so that they know what happened between us when we had a relationship in carbonation. I do remember you coming to be our wife. He told me that he didn't want you as a wife because you had a weird disposition.
Okay, Velvet is already throwing low blows. Okay, this is what Velvet does. She's pretending to be so concerned about all these girls, but she's not. Because then you see what she just did, and you see the look on Tori's face. She's looking like, well, what? He didn't, and that's the first thing she wants Tori to know is he didn't want you. He never wanted you.
This is what he told me. But
sure,
okay, was this before I got there or after I got there?
And look at Tori's kind of smiling like, yeah, okay, all right, little Velvet.
This was after.
She's gonna let her have her moment.
He was really, really, really gun-ho on believing that you were going to be the fit for us. Like, he was pushing, right. But he does that with every single woman, right?
Yeah.
Then,
look at Tori.
So then, I remember, you going away, and then some other women came out of the blue. He had sex with everybody, and then fast forward, we got to Mexico. We lived in the house, and you were about to be our wife again, which he had brought everybody in, all of the women in, and started having sex with all of us. Aya, Shiva, you know what I'm saying? We were all together, me, you, at one point, in Mexico, and then he tried to, okay, so yes, that's the part, right? So when you were in a relationship with us during that moment, I remember one day, oh my God, I was upstairs. I think this was the first encounter. If I'm wrong, stop me. I was sitting upstairs, and you came up the stairs, and I think you asked me a question about the women being in competition, I think. And I was like, yeah, I feel that all the time. So then I started telling you how everybody was in competition. To a degree like that.
Yeah. I remember the first time I came to you after, it was this was, we talked a few times before then, but this was I remember the what you're talking about. This was, I came to you and I was saying, I talked about the imbalances. I was just okay, if women absorb energy and he's sleeping with everybody, doesn't that mean we're picking up the other woman's energy as well? And I was like, how does that balance if the women are all in competition with each other? Because that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like it wasn't feeling like a unit or a bond thing. It was really feeling like I'm in competition with you. And then, which came from a lot of mind games from him though as well. He was trying to put the women against each other and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember that.
Absolutely. And to build on it, I actually told Nature Boy on multiple occasions, when he would have sex with the other women and then it just, I feel like I had sex with them, and I don't want to have sex with them, so I didn't want to have sex with him. You know, he would get mad at me,
Right.
wanting to have sex with him, and then making it a whole scene. Sometimes it'll get physical, sometimes it wouldn't. It just depends on his mood. Now, if he was drinking, shit escalated real quick. I remember a time when we was in the bathroom downstairs, and I was pregnant with Eliana, I think, or yeah, I think I was pregnant with Ellie, and I was going through a whole wave of emotions. This was when he was like trying to say that we was fighting a lot. I wasn't really around the family because I kept having black eyes and bust lips and stuff. And he always used to keep me, well, not keep me, but I used to stay in the room because I didn't want y'all to see me like that. So
That's not true. Velvet wanted to stay in that room because she thought she was too good for the other girls. She did not. She's a higher ranking demon. And I'm going to keep repeating myself here. And she feels that she is too good for those, what does she call them? I can't remember what she called them, but she peasants. I believe she referred to them as peasants. So yeah, she thinks that's why she stayed away from them. It wasn't because, I wanted to come and socialize with you guys, but he kept me away from you like I'm something special, more special than you guys are. If you guys can't see through this, something's wrong.
he would be like, I remember. I thought, bro, this is really fucking with me. Like, it's so much. This shit is really fucking with me. Like, I literally have a train of thought. I'm just so tired of him. I'm so tired of him. Like, I'm just so tired of his ways. Disrespectful.
But you're no longer attached to him, though. You get what I'm saying?
What you saying?
So you said you're tired of his ways, and I said, it's that Leo, baby. Chill. Yeah. But I said, you said okay. You said you're getting tired of his ways, and I said, but you're no longer attached to him, though. You get what I'm saying? You still feel the pain, and you still have the memories of those encounters. But you're not with him anymore. You're not there.
Consolation.
So you don't really have to
how are you ladies tonight?
Experience what you did, what you did while you were there.
You know why I keep losing my train of thought? Because I be having questions in my head, like, what happened to me? Like, yeah, I believed in him. You know what I'm saying? But why would I give my mind to someone, follow them, be abused by them as long as I have been abused? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking that question to myself because my family knows how strong I am as an individual. So it's like, even they was like, how did Vel even let that happen to her? And every day I look at Eliana and she's right here, like, remember what you went through? And sometimes I be like, I don't know what it was for. Like, I don't know why I went through that. Like, I don't know why I went through that. And that's fucking with me.
I feel you. I feel like that's something that I actually came to understand about myself. It may have, I don't know, it's different for everybody that that went there. For me, it was like my family had the same understanding of me. I was I was an individual thinker, very strong, had everybody looking up to me that came to me for advice and things like that. So it was like a lot of people were confused on how I got trapped into something like that too. But I feel like, one, it comes from being open to the knowledge. That's a lot of knowledge that we hadn't heard about before, but we internally knew. So we gave us a piece of ourselves. We allowed ourselves to trust him because we're like, okay, I've taken myself this far. You know what I mean? We have this insight about ourselves. We feel that we are these strong individuals. And then this person was able to clarify and actually speak the knowledge that we actually knew and that we felt internally. So then it allowed us to trust him in a certain way. Like, okay, well, he was able to put this shit together and speak the shit, so I can trust him in that way. And then in addition to that, a lot of that shit came from my root. I had a lot of toxic relationships that I didn't even realize were toxic before. So I had a lot of, like, with my parents, my mother and my father, very, very dictatorish relationships, very manipulative relationships that I didn't realize that they were manipulative relationships before until, hindsight. So I just really much put myself into the same position that I was in Babylon. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it to an extreme. I still had that manipulative relationship, that dictator that was over me while I was there. So I feel like a lot of it stems from root issues that we're running from, that we haven't uncovered. Like I said, I've uncovered a lot of this shit right now. I just went through a lot of shit.
I've done the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I really appreciate what you said just now, because you really helped me. Like, you really did in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. I was a lot of, like, some people don't realize that because we boy, we're now to see more clear generational clarity. Like,
right, to a like whole nother degree. And it's like, even though you see them, it doesn't make it easier to freaking challenge them, because I feel like it doesn't make it easier to overcome them any easier just because you see them as clearly. And I'm like, damn, like this is a fucking clear ass mirror of a generational curse, of what my mother went through, of what my grandmother went through. It doesn't make it any easier to overcome, because that self-doubt. And that's where I'm at now, is where I can trust myself. I can trust my intuition, and I'm in a safer space because of that, because I can trust myself. And I feel like that's where it all stems from, as a woman being able to trust your intuition.
You know,
a lot of times, your intuition was guiding you while you was there. Your intuition was like, nah, I don't like this. I don't fuck with that. This don't make sense. But you ignored your intuition. You denied yourself. And that was that betrayal. That was a self-betrayal, period. That sent us on a whirlwind.
Wow. And you know what's crazy? I wanted to say this in regards to, wait, who this is? London Life. She said, you're not alone, Val. Many women, young and mature women, have been abused by a narc. I'm one. And there's been a lot of people who have been coming to me with these same stories. Like, this is not something too far-fetched from what other people in our lives have gone through. It's just not blasting on social media. So when Nature Boy tries to say that he's the Messiah, that shit really boils my blood. Because what you're doing now is you're taking a righteous thing and then turning it into darkness. You turn it and trying to make it into something that is not, misleading people into hell. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that fucks with me. And he's literally trying to create an army of reincarnated versions of himself alive. That's some demonic shit. Like, on some whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, people just.
See, once again, she tells you this. They admit to this, that it's a demonic thing. They're telling you what they have.
Just normally walking around talking about I want to get all these women pregnant so that I could sleep my children together so I could create a divine bloodline. A demonic bloodline? The fuck?
Right.
That shit don't even make sense. Like, some of the shit that he does, because this is what he likes to say. He likes to say that he's the Messiah, and he's our mirror, and he's gonna face us with ourself and all this extra shit. When in fact, he's only facing us with himself. We're watching him do everything to us while we simultaneously are in a vulnerable vulnerable position. So we are looking at ourselves too, responding to the shit, but we're also watching him, not knowing that one day, especially if a motherfucker think, like if a person actually thinks outside of what Nature Boy tells them, they're going to figure him out. They're going to catch on to his game. Period. Like it's no doubt.
It's right. It's so simple, and that's where I was at with it. Where I'm like, it's simple. While we was there, we was picking the shit apart.
Yeah.
Very, very easily, very quickly. And there's so much information and testimonies out on him now of the manipulation of the abuse, to where I'm like, okay, if you go there now and you see all of this, it must be something that's
exactly. I mean, why? If you really, 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 I mean, if you wanted to do something, the first thing you'd be doing is going to the police. That's my thing. Why are you not going to the police? The day that one of them goes to the police and turns him in, I'll say that's a true victim right there. Because I'm going to tell you something. You know, I've had people come and attack me. And, you know, for one thing, we're not even, we don't address trash. So we're not even going to go there. But to keep it on Velvet here and Tori, I think that they need to get together and go talk to the police.
pulling you there. It must be your demons pulling you there that you have to work through on your own. It's like I you know what I mean? I at first I was on a gung ho where I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking do interviews. I'm gonna fucking talk about this shit all day because I don't want anybody to fall victim to what I fell victim to. Right now,
but you're talking to the wrong people, and that's why I'm saying I don't care what anybody says. These girls right here, they're not victims. They are not victims. They know exactly what they're doing. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I'm exposing the evil part of it and hoping that somebody sees it, and then who might want to go there and then say, you know what? I'm not going to go there now. Maybe there's somebody you can save from going over there. But I don't believe that these girls, any of them can be helped, because they still have him in their head. The way they're talking about him, and they're not going to the police, and they're not taking accountability for their actions, for things that they've done over there, and they're like blaming it all on him. Like he's just done everything. But they were right, especially Velvet. She was his right-hand man. Now, that's why I'm saying I do my videos for any future victims, or not victims, because if you choose to go over there, you're not a victim. You're choosing to go over there.
I'm recognizing, even after, while I was doing interviews, while I was talking about it, I still had women messaging me like, yeah, I'm about to go out. I'm about to go over there right now. But what do you think? And I'm like, I had to sit there and I take my time to explain it, give my energy to it.
All right, she says, then why are you reporting if you have no hope for them? You see them as media for you. Once again, okay, I'll repeat this one more time. The reason why I report on this is because I'm exposing the demons inside of them, and hopefully other girls will look and see what's going on, and they won't want to go over there, because the women that are over there right now, they don't want to leave him. And there is hope if they find Jesus Christ. But without that, and without prayer, and without fasting, they are not going to come out of that. They want to be there with him. You see what Malia's doing. She almost died, and she still wants to go back.
explain, okay, listen, baby, this is not it. This is what it is. And they're still confused. They still want to go. And I started to recognize, I'm like, this is something pulling them over there. And what do you notice? A lot of women, you were there. You saw a lot of the women that went over there what has sex demons.
Yes.
Just be ready to fucking fuck everything and everybody when they go over there. It don't even be about the knowledge.
Right.
It's not the same when we went there. It wasn't like, okay, like, yeah, like, I will sit in this fucking tent by myself and record videos. It's not like that. They go over there, they ready to fuck him on day one, and then when he's done with them, they ready to fuck the next dude and fuck and then get passed around. It's not the same. So, like I said, it's like I peep it, and I'm just like, you have to heal from your own shit. I can't take responsibility for your journey. That's your journey. Yeah. So I did my part.
It is a very sad situation. I understand that, and you know. When I first started reporting, my whole agenda was to expose the evil. And then what had happened was I soon started to figure out that this is much more evil than what anybody thinks. They all have a hand in whatever Nature Boy does. Nature Boy does make them do things because that's how he keeps them from telling on him or turning him in, by having them do things. And I can't even say that they normally wouldn't do, because if you did it in the first place, then you would do it. So that makes your hands just as dirty as his hands are. And then when, I don't care if you have Stockholm syndrome, God, like I said, he gives you that ability. Okay. He gives you that ability to know right from wrong. And when you sit with this nature freak, like these women did, and laugh at Malia and joke about her condition and how, oh, if any women come over here, I'm going to rearrange your organs and I'm going to send you to the hospital next. Okay. And then the women are in the background laughing about that. So no, I'm sorry. They're not victims. Now, if they want to make the choice to come up out of there, because they know right from wrong, if they want to come up out of there, they'll do it. Until then, they're just going to stay there and just keep doing what they're doing. The real victims are the babies that are allegedly sacrificed. The real victims are the family members who have to sit and put up with their family members making these choices to go over there and be a part of this. Now, I hope moving forward, because like I said, I don't know if any of these girls want help, because they'll sit and look at you and tell you you're stupid and that you don't know what you're talking about, that you don't have knowledge, and how dare you come against our Babaji. Okay, I don't know that there is help for those girls that's already there, or guys that's already there, because we always forget about the guys too. But we can say, put this information out and say, if you go over there, you're dealing with something very demonic. But if you choose to go over there, you're doing that on your own free will.
Just like if it was like the shit I'm going through now, I'm gonna do my part, whether that's making a report, whether that's speaking up and saying what I have to say. But I'm not gonna hold on to that.
I feel like you. Like, I literally feel like you. Like, I feel like you right now. Like, I'm not gonna be silenced by this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
yes, you are.
Shut me up. You don't shut up.
You'll get online all day long, because you know that he's not going to get arrested. The only way you know he can get arrested is if you go to the police. And you're not going to go to the police. And yeah, a lot of bloggers, they will sit and crucify the ones that are truly want him to go to jail. And they'll crucify you just so that, you know, they can keep him going because he's their moneymaker.
Person like me up. You know why? Because I'm a righteous person. I'm not trying to
Righteous.
to nobody.
So she's still talking about herself as a god. She's so righteous. I think we got to stop babying these people and make them be held accountable for their actions. We need to demand where that baby is. Where is Zoka's baby? Why is nobody asking about that baby? The real victim.
I went to your camp off of the strength of righteousness, and it wasn't what it turned out to be. I'm mad at you. I'm the person that stand up for the motherfucker getting bullied, and I'm getting bullied right now. And so am my family. You know what I'm saying? And you're causing me to bully people in the process. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Right.
You know,
There she goes again.
it's like I don't even know how to say it. like
it's like this, right? When we first went, because somebody had said when we first went, when Tori came to Carbonation, he was more strict than what he is now. And when I came to Carbonation, it was way more strict than both of those, times, you know what I'm saying, from when Tori went and now. He was super strict. Like, we literally, when I first went to Carbonation in 2017, we literally used to eat potatoes, avocados, and tomatoes every single day for 9 months straight, my nigga. 9 months straight, my nigga. Every now and then we'll eat some beans and rice or some veggie fried rice. But nah, we eating potatoes, avocados, and tomatoes from scratch. Boil them bitches. Make a guac. Put some fucking ketchup. You know, Tori. Come on, though.
I was sick of that. I cannot. After a while, I was like, I don't want any more fucking rice. Don't want no beans. Don't want beans.
Oh my God, beans? I'm totally done with beans in my life. Like that, I'm done giving beans up.
Lady says, Sasha, we have wondered where are the families? They gathering together and making noise for men and the women. Yeah. I mean, it just seems like some of the other bloggers, they're so busy attacking other people for no reason. And it seems like if you're just trying to tell the truth about something, the more you get attacked. And instead of really asking, okay, where's this baby? You know, they're so busy wanting him to stay where in power, like so that they can keep making money off of him. And then at the same time, you know, people like me, I get called every name in the book. I get drugged through the mud. I get accused of being something that I'm not. And Liliana, yes, he is being protected. I believe he's being protected by someone or something of high rank. All the evidence online, even things out of his mouth, and nothing is done. Exactly. And nothing is done, Liliana, because you have exactly people and certain bloggers or certain people of high, like elites, that will protect him because they're making money. What do you mean sticking my nose in other people's business? Because this is my channel and I'm going to report on anything I want to on this channel. That's my business. Okay, Jacqueline says, what about the baby? I told you earlier, I mentioned God and I would. Exactly. She says that, what about the baby? I told you earlier, I mentioned God and I was cursed out. These bloggers don't care. They want clicks and views. Exactly. Let's see. If I make video after video and put online that I'm beating my kids or something crazy, I guarantee I'll get a knockout. Exactly. You'll get a knock on your door. Exactly. But he's being protected. And then Lady Leo says, Sasha, I told you you were being dragged and it truly upset me. And I appreciate that because, I mean, I literally, I don't talk about other people, other bloggers, and I don't go to their channel to disrespect them. So it's for them to make videos on me or disrespect me, that's not right at all. Carolyn says, don't the other bloggers have the same right? Yeah, they do. But what they don't have a right to do is when you're reporting on something, they don't have a right to come and drag you through the mud, make up stories on you, call you every name in the book, accuse you of being things that you're not. They don't have a right to do that because I don't do that to them.
I can't do it. I'll eat lentils.
No, but lentils made me want to throw up anytime. Like, anytime I saw them, I was sick of no, keep it. I'll wait.
Wait, I gotta tell the chat this. I appreciate y'all, right? I appreciate y'all in the chat, but nigga, the B6 diet is basically the same ingredient in every recipe, just mixed and matched.
It is. It's zucchini, onion, bell pepper, and then beans and rice, and then turn it into something else. Okay, you might throw some cashews in there, but listen. The last 5 warriors aren't gonna taste the cashews. Look, I was like, listen, I'm gonna make some flour. I'm making flour pasta. Like, I'm eating straight flour. Like, it's like, I couldn't. I was just the thought of rice and beans made me want to throw up. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly in this flour sauce every day because I could not.
Bro. But they start cinnamon, like they use the flour to make cinnamon buns like every day, like every night. It was cinnamon bitches.
Every night. You want some cinnamon rolls? I'm crusty. No, I don't want these crusty ass rolls.
I was telling them bitches down. I was like, he used to be smashing them bitches. I'm like, y'all, that's why he got that ass.
But nah, like,
nigga was throwing them cinnamon buns back. I'm telling you.
Falling asleep with cinnamon rolls in your mouth.
But all jokes.
It was because it was something new. It was something new. That's what it was. It was just the fact of having something new and being able to enjoy that. The variety.
Mm-hmm. The variety. You know why they for the chat that happens right there because what we just explained that happens because he have to come up with meals that can stretch to feed everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's expensive, to feed people. So it's like a cafeteria style, and so everybody eat the same. And sometimes we didn't have enough food. Some occasions we didn't. I'm not gonna lie, but we did always go shopping for fruit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it still wasn't enough for everybody to be sufficed. Neither did it have enough nutrition in the diet either. So when women got pregnant on this diet,
right,
super.
I started. Like, I remember when I finally started taking control of the kitchen because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I couldn't just sit there and just accept my plate every day. I'm like, there's no way we're getting enough nutrition. I just went through my pregnancy, so I feel it. I feel my body. I'm like, no, okay, we need to incorporate vegetables. That's why they start putting vegetables on the side. I'm like, okay, we need to stretch our meals. We need to have bigger meals because everybody's not eating. I'm looking at freaking Python, goddamn Loyal's plate, and they're barely have anything on their plate. And I'm like, y'all just stuffed y'all whole plates and left nothing for anybody else. So I was like, no.
And it was funny because Nature Boy, he would have me in the room upstairs and he would be like, why you not being a woman? Why you not down there making my house a home? Why you not doing this? Why you not doing that? Sitting there looking at
that was just a trip in itself. That was just a manipulation game in itself, just to make you feel like you're not good enough and you're not doing enough. And it just keeps you in that mindset of you're not worth enough, you're not doing enough, and it was just all bullshit. It was a game. You know, you did your part, you were doing what you could do, and then I mean, what you gonna turn a pot of potatoes into double it? How are you gonna double it? How are you gonna do that? That's out of your control.
He didn't even want me to go shopping for food. He didn't want me to do nothing. Like, he didn't want me to do nothing. Like, he just
because that would give you too much freedom. You were already on the way. I remember the first time we confronted him like together, he was just like, I don't know about this. Like, what is this gonna be, like a habit? And shit, the relationship ended after that. but yeah, you had to keep you by yourself. You had to keep you isolated in order to keep your mind under control. And then, like I said, it was just a lot of mind games. It was a lot of mind games. Like, for me, like, it was like I didn't really understand it. I was confused and I was trying to wrap my mind around, like, okay, like, I just remember a lot of the arguments were fabricated between y'all too, like, as mind games, but you were taking them serious. It was just a lot of bullshit. Like, I remember one day, like, he created a fucking, like, bullshit ass argument for nothing. And then he was just, like, pretended to cry. He was like, I love your toes. And I was just sitting there in the room. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And you going for it. You like, I love your toes. Like, y'all are like doing this thing. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, what is this?
Thank you, Jacqueline.
This is not real. And he just like, why aren't you joining in on the love? Why aren't you giving us love back? And see, this is, I'm like, bro, I literally saw how you just put this whole argument together and I didn't see how I was supposed to join in. I like, it's no.
Crazy as hell because all he did was woo me. Like, that's it. Like,
all right. Keisha Small says these women need to be uplifted and supported in every way. Yeah, I agree. They should be. But also at the same time, I think the Velvet needs to come out and apologize to those women. But she doesn't. She continuously calls them peasants. She I don't know. If you don't get it, if you can't hear what she's saying and you ain't reading between the lines, then I can't help you. So she's not apologized for anything that she's done to those women. I understand she was beat too, but she also did a lot of the beating, so she needs to accept that. And none of these women are even calling her out for that.
No other type of way. Like, he had to like beat me off.
My question is, what was like your biggest discovery after leaving? Like your own personal discovery. Nubia, can you stop, baby?
Talking about on the behalf of my spiritual journey, on the behalf of him and the knowledge of
Yoki says, Sasha, what are you doing for the victims besides sharing their whole lives? Yoki, for one thing, these girls, they're sharing their own lives. And I'm doing a commentary on that because I want to expose the evil. Maybe if you go back and you watch all my other videos, you'll see what my agenda is here. I don't know if these girls can be helped, but I do know that you can try to prevent other women from going there. Look at Malia. I mean, We don't know health-wise even if it's too late. I don't know. But I do know that we better do something to protect other girls from wanting to go over there and open their eyes to who these people are. They have demons in them.
It can be both. Like your biggest discoveries that's helping you to elevate in life.
Well, the biggest discovery that I had.
You're covering your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
So the biggest discovery that I had in combination when I had finally for the last. Like he wanted to, I knew that he wanted to have children. Tori, you can come back in the queue. I knew that he wanted to have children with the women, but I didn't know he wanted to mate his children together. So when he told me that on my way out the last time I left, that solidified my whole elevation process of not wanting to fuck with Nature Boy ever again in my life. Literally. And the biggest discovery that I've had recently in my life to elevate myself is knowing that even though I feel certain types of ways emotionally about what I've been through with carbonation, I've been through it for spiritual growth that I wouldn't have been able to acquire without going through that, what I went through. You know what I'm saying? I went through it for a reason, and every day is not easy for me to just sit here and think about how everything transpired for the last 3 years, because I really haven't been really thinking about much for the last 3 years. I've just been living. I've just been going and moving, not really taking the time to think about the decisions that I'm. Ellie, stop screaming. Not really thinking about the decisions that I'm making. Wait, what happened with Tori? What happened with Tori? Stay real. Nature Boy is going to be mad when you meet another man. It will be a blessed man who finds you. I appreciate that. She got banned for what? No, she wasn't. Y'all just saying it. Her phone might have died. Well, either way, I totally appreciated what just happened just now. I was not expecting that. And I appreciate her. I didn't really take my time to think about the lives of every single person who left carbonation. I pretty much think about the people who are still there, and I'm just glad that she's, speaking out just like me. Like at first I felt very displaced with the knowing that a lot of people who went to carbonation and left aren't speaking out, because I feel like I need to speak out. You know what I'm saying? I feel obligated. So when I've heard her say that and just remembering the things that she did do for me, when we were there together, I appreciate her. Like we were friends. Like me and Tori, we were genuine friends when we were there. Okay. And she was like,
I mean, every 5 seconds I'm being called white this, white that. Why is it that Miss T, how come you're allowed to sit there and say that about me? Why do you get to put that label on me? Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's not racist? And racist comments are going to be deleted. Absolutely. I don't have hate over here in this. I don't want hate in this platform. Okay. I'm here to expose the demons. Okay. You people are probably being paid to stop people like me from telling the truth. Okay. Because there's nothing I say on my platform that's offensive to anybody. I'm calling out what I see as the truth. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch. Just like if I don't like what you're saying, I don't have to come over and waste my time, my energy just to watch something you're saying that I'm not agreeing with. You know? Just saying. I don't have to, you know. Exactly. Jacqueline says, ignore that. In God, there's no color. A lot. If you're a Christian, you see that. Exactly, Lady Leo. Exactly. I mean, you don't have to. These are the people that come over from other platforms who have been attacking me. And they're trying to interfere with what I'm doing because they don't want Nature Boy stopped. They want him to keep going and doing what he's doing so they can keep making money off of him. So, no, I am not bashing these women. I'm saying these women have a demon in them, okay? And they've done some pretty foul things with their little master chief over there, Nature Freak. Things they've had to do, that they've all had to get their hands dirty, all of them. And not one of them takes responsibility for that. Even when they come out and they've been out of it for a while, they're not coming out. They're not taking responsibility. Yeah, Sasha. No, I have to agree with that. Not everyone has demons. No, I don't agree with that. But if you guys don't like my content, you guys don't like what I'm saying, you guys can go. But you're not going to come over here and call me a racist. And you're not going to use racist terms against me either. You're not going to do it. Because I've not said anything racist. Period.
My best friend of carbonation, and he didn't like us together. He didn't like us together because we was figuring it out. And one point in time, I was about to leave, and things just went south. And then she was about to leave, and then things just went south.
Thank you, lady.
Me and Tori was like always in this back and forth piddle paddle of like, we're gonna leave or not, we're gonna leave or not, we're gonna leave or not, because we was always in conflict about the truth versus a lie. Like, we were very confused about a lot of information.
Okay. Once again, a true content creator can handle differences in discussions. Okay. For one thing, I have brought up people into my panel. I invite people into my panel all the time. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let nobody come on my panel and disrespect me or talk over me or let them go to their channels and label me as a racist and somebody who I'm not. And then just, I'm telling you, from this point on, this is not a drama channel. I want people to stop coming over here if you don't want to watch me. Just go over there and stay on your channels where you're at. Because you're going to start getting blocked if you start doing that again. And that's all I can say. Because you're not going to be addressed anymore, period.
I appreciate her, and she's welcome into my life. She's definitely welcome into my life. Anyone is welcome into my life who feel the same way that I feel, and we support each other, and we feel we resonate with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody in the room right now who's sending gifts. I appreciate everybody who's dropping comments. Mega Man X asks, does he really like women? Does he like men more than women? Honestly, in Nature Boy's own mind, I'm not actually sure what he preferably likes, but in my opinion, I feel like he preferably likes transgenders because that's all he ever promotes his energy towards. And he reminds me of one, actually. I appreciate Tori. I have no idea. Like, I remember, I was there. This was right after she left, I think, and I had came in, and yeah, no, we was there together. Me and him, me and Tori had read Nature Boys. Remember when I told y'all the story? Me and Tori read Nature Boys' Demons out loud to him, and we was like depicting them.
Exactly, Coco. Coco says, I am only interested in a blogger who is able to see that this whole thing is spiritual and that carbonation is satanic. Exactly. I got into this to expose the evil in it. There's other bloggers out there who might say, you know what? I'm going to just talk about what's going on in Nature Boy's day-to-day life. Everybody has a right. Maybe that person don't believe in God. I do. Maybe I don't care about Nature Boy other than to expose him for the evil he is. And maybe somebody else, nobody is ever going to agree 100% on things. But I do think if you don't like somebody's content, you don't have to watch. Exactly. I agree with that too. And it's sad that these young ladies can't see their worth and value. It's about fame with people need to stop digging so hard where they allow people to lead them into the wrong belief in God's. Exactly. And people are not going to like what I'm saying. They're not. If they're not a person if they don't believe in God, they're not going to like what I'm saying. And if there are people out there that's protecting Nature Boy in order to keep making money off of him, they're going to attack people like me. But I'm here to tell you, this is the last day we're going to address it, period. There are people like certain bloggers that you think was your friend, and then they turn around, and they come over to your channel. And I think she kind of got it, when she was over here talking about astrology and things like that. She knows what my beliefs are. So that's the first thing she did mess up. You don't come over here and talk about astrology. Okay. And I even had to come out and say, hey, do you talk about that over there on your platform? And she said, no. So if you know I believe in God, why are you over here saying that on my platform? And it's okay. I give everybody their opportunity to talk. But nobody's going to come over on my panel, and they're not going to take over. No more from this point on. This is my platform. Let her talk her crap, or the other ones all they want. I don't care anymore. They're not going to stop me from saying the truth.
And deciphering them and shit, and he was mad at us. He was like trying to make it seem like, there she go. There you go.
Hey, hold on. I want to interject really quick.
Thank you,
Jacqueline. My first day there, I was like, I wanted to leave. My first day there, I was like, no, I don't think this is for me. We was in Cancun still. And he was just like,
exactly, Coco. And that's what I've been trying. And this is right here. This is why I do what I do. Many won't be able to see or care to see what Nature Boy teaches is the forbidden fruit that Eve fell for. Exactly. These are demonic, evil, ancient spirits that are taking over these people. And that's what everybody better start thinking about. This is what you're up against. You're not going to get these demons out of these girls or out of Nature Boy or out of anybody else. We can fast and pray for them, and God knows I prayed for them. But you're not going to get rid of these demons out of them unless they make the choice to decide for themselves that they no longer want that demon in them. And then they fall down on their face and hands and repent to God, the only true God. And if you don't want to listen to that and you don't believe it, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. It's not about victim shaming. It's about telling you the truth. And nobody wants to hear the truth. And that's okay. You don't have to come over here and listen to the truth. If I have just one person on here that has the same belief I have, hey, that's all I care about. And if I could help one girl to keep them from going over there, that would be great. There's a lot of people out there who are telling the truth. And for anybody to still want to go over there after they see what's going on, there's nothing that can help that. They're making that choice. God gives you the free will of choice.
You know, I told him, like, you know, I just wasn't feeling it. And then I literally said, I think that you're a transgender. This is before he started saying that he liked transgenders or that he was sexually. Do you remember that? I was just like, I'm getting transgender vibes from you.
Yeah, you was like.
He smiled. That's all he smiled. He didn't comment on it or anything. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we literally have to trust our intuition. I picked that shit up and that's why I was weird. Like, he called me. He was saying I was weird. I'm giving off a lot of weird energy. It's because I literally put myself in isolation.
He's
like,
the weird one.
Very seriously. Yeah. So when I put myself through this isolation, I'm putting myself into an environment with 15 other people. I'm literally able to read their thoughts. I can feel everything you're thinking. I can like, it's crazy. It's like it was like on a whole nother level. So it was like, for me, calm down, baby. For me, I was in shock because it was just like, I didn't understand how I was able to hear other people's thoughts, how I was like picking up like messages and stuff. It was just really, it was overwhelming. But I just had to comment on that because that was crazy. I literally said, I was just like, I think you're transgender. I said that my first day. I was like, I'm going to go home. Like, no. No. Like, he was just really obsessed with the fact that he was like, he kept saying that I look like a female and a male, like, because I had a short hair at the time, and he was just really obsessed with that, and I was just like,
because that's probably what he was trying to make you into.
That just threw me back.
When he takes it from the back, like he does to rearrange organs.
I was thinking about the time that was when we was in Georgia and we had read his demons out to him, girl. I remember that shit. Cause wait, what happened?
We were spot on with it. Spot on. We're like, this demon says that you're green.
Do you see? Once again, they are admitting to the demons, okay?
This man is overweight right now. He's like eating mad food, trying to get all the women to himself again. And we literally just pulled that aspect out and showed it. And like everybody in the room was still just like, well, nope, I think he's overcome this. I'm like, do you not see this man's belly? Do you not see his ass? Like, he obviously has not overcome his debilitation. What are you saying? It was the fact that he was the leader, and you know, people just didn't want to go with our argument.
Right.
That it is what it is.
This nigga said he told us out loud. He said, "Well, you don't think my demons is activated so you can overcome yours?" Like, nigga, that threw me for a loop. And we got into a fight after that meeting as well.
No. Are you serious? Oh shit! I think it was that the day he broke the toilet with your head.
I think so.
Was that day?
I think so.
I can't remember. Like, I heard other way. I think it was Maya.
He broke the toilet with my head. I forgot. Wow, that's crazy. How did I forget? Maybe I got concussion. That's why I'm losing my thought.
I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised from half the shit you went through.
Why?
That shit was traumatizing in itself. That was like scary. The whole experience was scary.
Like he used to really beat the fuck out of me. Like he used to choke me. Like I remember when I was pregnant with Elliot, and he was just talking to me. Like he was just talking to me all harsh, and I passed out standing up, him talking to me. Like, he was super.
Yeah, I was in a room. It was us. It was me, you, and who else was it?
It was Aya. It was me, you, and Aya.
Bro, I remember, and he was just like, "Oh, the knowledge is coming to me too hard. She couldn't take it." And I was just like,
Yeah. She said, I know I'm laughing right now, but yo,
that shit was not funny. It wasn't
funny, bro. Like I remember one time too, Aya fell out. Aya fell out so hard. She didn't fall out because he hit her or nothing, but this nigga would just be talking. Like literally would just be talking, having us standing up for like 30 minutes to an hour, pregnant or not, just standing up. Aya fell and hit her head so hard on the ground, girl. I was like, Lord.
Yeah. We were all standing at attention outside. It was like 100 degrees outside, and he was just ranting. I can't remember why he was ranting. I don't know if somebody had just left, but he was on one of his rants again. Like you said, it was over an hour, and she passed the fuck out. Like, of course she did. We were standing outside at attention.
Yo, I forgot some of the stuff he did to me. That's crazy.
Yeah, that it was. I think after. No, because I remember like after the incident when you cut your hair, a lot of the fights he kept in private. He didn't do it in front of us. So a lot of times we didn't know what was going on unless we heard arguing and unless we heard fighting, or like you would just pop up and you had a black eye or something, like then we would know something went down. But that shit was traumatizing.
I had a lot of black eyes around, yo. I always pretty much had a black eye.
And it's like even then, it was just like you tried to keep a positive mindset. It was like we were so brainwashed to the fact that of the abuse. We were so brainwashed, like you would come with a black eye and like you would just be smiling about it and you'd just be like, oh yeah. Like it was just like in a way you felt like it was your way of being a divine woman. That you had this black eye, you're like, okay, I got my ass whooped, but that comes with being a divine woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes you take a hit, and I remember the first time fucking Musa hit me, I was just like, damn, like, yeah, I'm a divine woman. Like it was brainwashed. It was crazy. It was craziness.
And it's funny because it's not even funny, but Nature Boy is recreating himself within the men there, so they are even more worse. Like Sheba, True was hitting on Sheba, and she came crying to the front, like panicking, like get him away from me. It's crazy. He's trying to kill me. Like, and then she did it again one time in Mexico. She just started screaming because this nigga just went ballistic on her, and he looks like a killer. Like I never liked True.
True is like the silent killer. True would be the person that would kill somebody and get away with it.
Man,
like you would know that he was the person that killed somebody.
He looked like it too. Like his eyes are so deranged. Like
he would be the person that's shaking the baby in the background, and you don't know why the baby has brain damage. Like,
right? No, facts. Yeah. I was like, well, I guess that can be said for another story, but I just don't understand how the men allow him to, like, what are they serving? Like, as a man, like, that's not even what men do. Men don't do that. Not even boys do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they feel like women in the inside. Like, maybe those men feel like women in the inside, you know? I'm still confused by that to this day because I don't understand that. I feel like at first I thought it was the knowledge, but I think a lot of the men are gay. Or one of
them. Well, I think majority of the men there are gay. Caliber, Pice, Kite. I even think Musa is bisexual. Like at first I didn't think he was, but now I definitely do. It's just I think it's the homosexuality and then a lot of it. Solar, goddamn, I forgot about Solar. Like, yeah, duh. But yeah, I think it's the homosexuality and then the fact that he knows how to play on their emotions. So it's just like a lot of them have insecurities, really deep insecurities of not feeling welcomed in the group. Of they lost their father. Their father figures weren't really there and weren't good influences in their life. So he plays that role for them. I remember a lot of times in the beginning, when I was like saying I wanted to leave, and I would talk to Musa about it. He would really play into that fatherly figure role for Musa. He'd be like, "Oh, son," like he would call him son around those times where he knew I was like ready to leave, ready to go. He would really play into that, like I said, that fatherly figure role, and try and be that for him. So it's a lot of emotional manipulation. So I feel like shit like it's just they're brainwashed at this point. It's really it's ingrained. It's ingrained.
Turned to the point where they have turned to the point where they talk like him, they move like him, like they literally express themselves like him as like miniature nature boys, and I'm like, ew.
Yeah, it got worse. It wasn't like that initially. It wasn't like where they were exactly trying to be like him.
Yolanda says, pray the God show up in his life and show him his wrong and deliver him. He's going against God and causing some terrible things to come upon him. He destroys souls. He's going against the Bible. Exactly. And he tells these women that he wants their soul. He tells them that. Lady Leo says, I'm back, Sasha. I had to step off until everything calmed down and never want to disrespect your channel. Oh, thank you. It's okay, Lady Leo. I mean, sometimes I'm telling you, I try to stay calm sometimes, and it's just overwhelming. I have to try to maybe try to do some other videos to give myself this break, because I'm telling you, when you speak about God, you will see some enemies. You will see people's true colors, and it's sad. It really is sad. But not everybody, is woke. Okay.
But then after a certain point, it was just like I think it was from a lot of their talks and stuff. They were literally trying to be miniature hymns, like you said, like identity.
Let me tell you why. I know why. I know exactly why. And even in the situations when you and Musa would come to meetings and stuff like that, one of his main things that he would tell everybody, all the men, is that they need to become a little bit more like him. Right. That the women would want them. So while the women with them and they been themselves, the woman is like, I don't like you, and the man is then therefore trying to be more like nature boy so that woman will want to be with him.
And that's not even the case. It was like, I don't like you because you're not standing up for me. I don't like you because I don't like the space we're in and how you're like, it's you're not playing the role of a man. Like you're not being that for me. So I feel like that's why a lot of the women didn't fuck with the men that were there. Because initially, they would like them, but then it would be like, okay, no, this is not it, because I'm not being treated the way I want to be treated. And of course, he's not going to allow you to treat the woman the way, that you should. Because then you're going to want to stay with that man. Man, not want the men there to have women. He's made that very clear. He actually said it when we were in Panama out his own mouth. Like, he showed us the video of a tribe
for Yolanda,
where the men were just, I don't know the term for it, but that, and he had all, the king had all the women. So it was that thing. It was that. Yeah, I forgot that he would always say, like, you need to be like me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It got crazy, but now it's like to the point where I noticed that the men saw. Well, I guess it is still brainwashing in a sense, because the men still see the manipulation, but they feel that they have to manipulate their women in order to keep them. Like it's just a lot of backwards ass shit.
It's so creepy. That's so creepy. Like, that's super creepy. I appreciate everybody in the comments right now who's giving gifts and everything like that. I appreciate everybody in here who are supporting. I appreciate y'all. There are people in the queue, but I'm kind of really enjoying it being on the queue with Tori right now. So if y'all could just hold tight, you know. Or look, I could keep you up there, but I'm gonna bring somebody else in. I'm gonna bring somebody in. Beauty Bayou. There we go. And I'm gonna let one more person in, Queen Truth.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What's up?
I just wanted to let you know you're very beautiful. And I want you to stay strong no matter what you do and how everything goes. And you have a beautiful daughter too, so
I appreciate that.
You're very strong. You're a very strong woman.
I appreciate that.
And can you follow me?
Yeah, let me follow you. Hold on. Beauty Bayou, you from New Orleans? You are from New Orleans?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And you know, I just want you to keep the faith, and you're doing good.
I appreciate that words of healing wisdom.
All right, I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna let down and let other people come up. Okay.
All right, for sure.
I'm gonna DM you too because I want to talk to you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Jacqueline says, how this man gets away with this. I hear these bloggers saying they want to take him down. That's true. The love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah. There was somebody who was actually in the process of, he had an appointment with people, I guess, in the like the agents that work for the government. If I got that correct. And the day before his appointment, there was people that came out and like other bloggers and pulled up a fake picture of him and that he was a sex offender. And so you can see how deep this goes. I mean, and of course he was going to just say, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done. And I think he should have kept going, but he did. He has every right not to. So I didn't know, Jacqueline, if you're familiar with him, but yeah.
I really appreciate Tori right now though, because she been strong too. Like everybody who went to carbonation that left, and especially if they speaking out for themselves and standing up for themselves, you had to be a strong person to endure some shit like that and then be able to turn your life around completely. Like, people still be stuck and keep going back and forth, and I was one of those people who kept going back and forth because I was emotionally confused about things. But that's why we on the panel right now sharing our story.
I agree with that. I was in that phase of going back and forth, and then when I finally stopped going back and forth to start living my life,
yeah,
I saw what played out there. Like, literally identical situations played out in my life at home. Like, not even at carbonation, at home. And that's when I started like noticing, okay, this is my generational curse. This is where I have to. Okay, I started peeping the signs because, like I said, it's the knowledge still is facts. Wherever you go, there you are, you're going to be met with the same thing. And it's.
And Lady Leo says, it's like attention seeking. She's loving being on social media. She knows it will make Nature Boy respond. Right. And everybody thinks that I'm always on to Velvet and that I just don't like her. And that's not the truth. I really hope that she comes around. I really do. But the fact is, even Nature Boy himself will admit to things he does. Velvet has never admitted to anything that she does, and she doesn't apologize. She's always talking mean about the other girls. She's throwing low balls, at them. None of the other women ever come on, and they still see her as like a goddess. So they're not going to defend themselves against her and say, hey, you know what? Don't be calling me that. Don't say that about me. No one is going to come against her, even now, because they know the demon inside of them. They will never that demon will never disrespect her higher ranking demon, ever. Jerry says at Lady Leo, I wish she will just stay off social media and get some serious help. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe then she would want to go, later when she's ready to go to the police. I think she needs to start thinking about the other women who might go there and try to prevent them from wanting to go there by turning the whole thing in to the authorities. Vengeance is the Lord. He will repay. I'm more worried about the souls and people being lost, the acceptance from him, bringing him down, not the big problem, because God got his time. Yeah. And that's what I try to say all the time. There's times I've been so angry. And then I even said this in a video, the same thing you're saying right now, Yolanda. I've had to literally, I'm like, you know what? Vengeance belongs to God. Let him handle it. I'm on here and I'm going to just report on how disgusting he is and how evil he is. And Jacqueline says, yes, sweet Ma for life. She was on his tail. She didn't play with him, but she has a special needs child, so she's busy. She really is on him. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of one of those that have kind of been on to Sweet Ma, like, come on, like, don't let off of his neck, keep on to him and don't give up on him. Like, but I understand too, like, she's very busy. I know that. But she just has a way in her videos. She has a way of just like, that when she speaks, that it's going to affect him. And bloggers like her, they scare him because she is another truther. She tells it like it is. She tells the truth, and she don't care who likes it. And I think she tries to stay neutral, and that's what I respect about her. I have the highest respect for her. Let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and.
That's why I'm like making it a thing about bringing awareness to carbonation, because he's literally taking knowledge that we are supposed to be applying to our lives and manipulating people into supporting his agenda that's demonic.
See, that's what I can't. The same knowledge that she's talking about that he's doing is the same knowledge that is demonic too. It's demonic as well. This thing about the knowledge, it's all nothing but the devil. I mean, the knowledge of, do what? To have your eyes open, to have the knowledge, then you'll be as gods. And that's why you guys call yourselves gods. This is Garden of the Eden stuff, ancient demons, the ancient spirits. And that's no joke.
That shit is wrong. Like, completely wrong. Like, and it's just in case someone comes across our video that helps them figure out their own mind, because we already went through it. We'll be helping people overcome what we're overcoming right now without even going to carbonation.
Right. I understand that completely. You feel like you're doing your part. And I get that completely. You want to do your part and you want to help.
I was feeling like this, right? I gave all of my energy to proclaiming his kingdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to have that same energy standing up against something that I don't feel is right.
Right.
Talk about some shit and be manipulated, but can I stand up for the right thing? You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. People could do what they want. They could
Okay, and the only thing that she was standing up for is she did not want her husband having other wives. That's her biggest complaint. That was her biggest complaint. She did not want him having other wives that she considered as peasants beneath her. She wanted her husband, and she wanted to be able to continue to treat those women however she wanted to, and to, teach them there's whatever sick, twisted, demonic stuff that they're learning, and then have them as the little minions that waits on them hand and foot, washes their little feet, takes care of them, picks the lice bugs out of their hair, picks their nose, picks their little ears, takes care of their baby so she didn't have to do it. Allegedly.
If they want, they could throw stones, whatever they want to do. I'm still here, like, and I'm still gonna talk about it because it needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same energy I had in carbonation is the same energy that I need to keep. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. It just is what it is.
Right. I mean, because that's your energy, period. Like, whether you was in carbonate.
Jacqueline, I believe there's, and don't quote me on this, but I think they're still in Puerto Rico. If anybody in the chat knows, I think Jacqueline wants to know where Nature Freak's location is. She says, where are these people living? It's so many things in this. The first thing is mind control. I'm going to call some of the motherboard in my church. I addressed this and they said they need to lose him. Well, the thing is along with demonic possession and these demons, that involves a lot of mind control. MK Ultra, Hollywood does it to these Hollywood stars all the time. Allegedly, look at Beyonce. Allegedly, she has a demon called Sasha. She can't even really perform without her, like she wants to. And Kanye West, look at him. They put him under all kinds of MK Ultra, mind control. It's all but see, when you speak out about this stuff, they come after you. But you can't you shouldn't allow anyone to silence you. So they can say all they want. And like I said, after this video, we're not addressing the haters or people who are trying to protect Nature Boy anymore. I'm not addressing them. They will be ignored. And if they say anything that's out of the way, they'll be blocked, period. Because I don't have to have that on my panel. So if anybody knows Is Nature Boy still in Puerto Rico? The last I heard, he was, Jacqueline. Okay.
Nation or not, you still had that same energy. It's just the fact that it was just twisted and turned to support his agenda. And like you said, it's like the knowledge still remains facts. It's just twisted in a way to support him. And I'm trying to think of a way to express to people how it's fraudulent, because I feel like it's so obvious now. It's obvious.
It's definitely obvious, especially when we talk about what goes on behind closed doors. It's even more obvious.
Right.
Somebody else will do though, right quick. Mm-hmm. What's up, Sapphire?
Oh. Hey, your phone?
Hey.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm going to say this, right? I've been following y'all for a while, for years, way before Velvet had the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when God took Shiva's virginity, all that stuff or whatever. But I just want to say that I know for a fact that you, Tori, and you, Velvet, were the two most strongest females there. Right? And he felt threatened with that. Right? And then, I'm so happy right now to see both y'all together, vibing, the energy, and I love it.
You know what I hated? In combination that he used to do with me and the women, he always used to say stuff like good, like after tearing me down, like he could tear me down like super hard, right?
So bad.
But then when I get in the presence of the other women, he'll be like bigging me up, like, oh, she does this, she does that, she does this, she does that, and you can't do it like her. Like make a whole scene about it and make the other woman feel like I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I hated when he did that to us. I hated when he played us against each other.
Right.
Because you don't do that when you're trying to have a functioning polygamous relationship.
And you're his quote Jesus. Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Not even in a polygamous relationship. Just even.
But isn't that what she does to these women? Is throw jabs at them here and there, calling them what she calls them, and saying, "Oh, he doesn't love you. He never loved you. He just tosses you around and makes everybody share you. But he loves me because he never made me do that. He never made, because I'm better than you." And see, that's why I don't understand. Velvet has got to take responsibility. She's got to stop with this higher than thou self, and get out off of her high horse and stop thinking of herself as a god, because she is not a god. She's not a goddess. But these women, they're still looking at her as that, because they're not calling her out on her crap when she does that to them. And you can clearly see that. You seen Tori, she kind of gave her a look when she was saying what she was saying at the beginning of the video, and she kind of smiled, but she's not going to say anything to her or check her. And she wanted to, but she will not do it. She won't do it.
Even as a leader, you're not supposed to allow or make the other people, or even insinuate to the other people that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's weird. Like that was weird to me.
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know if you remember, but probably I want to say back in the summertime, the first time I got on your panel on your live on Instagram, I was sitting outside and I was like, oh shit, like I was caught off guard, and you were still there, and I said to him, I was like, oh my God, like, I love y'all together, but, I don't like the way that you do, you're handling the polygamy type of situation or whatever. And he was like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, we'll discuss that at a later date. I said, but, whatever, I know that you he always say that he always take you back, you know, because he wants to be with his daughter or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you want to be in your daughter's life, you can't treat her mother that way, right?
That's true.
That's it, period. You gotta set an example for your daughter.
He doesn't believe that. He doesn't
At all. And I saw that, and this is why I said what I said.
But he does believe that. He does. He has that understanding that he has to treat you right in order for her to have that understanding. It's just the fact that
Exactly.
he's disrespecting you in front of
They all have that sense of they know right from wrong. And you can't just say, oh, they're so under, you know, brainwashing. Maybe MK could control some type of way, but your mind belongs to you, and somehow you have that freedom of choice to choose to do right or choose to do wrong. Somewhere along the lines, that choice was made.
of her. What's that gonna make her do? Disrespect you too and have a
Yes, Yolanda.
lower respect for you, and then he's gonna be able to manipulate her in the same way that he was able to manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, right? What he's doing is producing another female who feels as though she don't need another man because he's treating, you know, he's treating my mom, you know, in this
children's mind
way.
comprehend.
No, but I'm gonna tell you this. At the end of the day, kids are sponges. Okay, they pick up on everything. So with that being said, she's watched how you and your dad, her dad had a relationship, right? So if she saw him abusing you, right? She's gonna grow up to think that that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
She's gonna think that that's love. That's not fucking love.
Nah, I didn't never want her to watch me get abused, or I don't want that for any woman in combination with a child. I didn't want Tori to even be in the situation where she was getting abused by another man off of the strength of Nature Boy. And this is why I was trying to promote Nature Boy. I never tried people that's a controversy, but me trying to change Nature Boy when I was there. I never tried to change him. I only tried to suggest better ways, implement solutions and better ways of doing things so that we wouldn't have ourselves in fucked up situations. All of the fucked up situations we had ourselves in.
As much as he would allow you to do so, right? It's just crazy, but seeing y'all two right now together, vibing, that shit is giving me so much. Oh my God, I can't even explain it right now. Like, it's crazy, right? I just want to say to both of y'all both are queens, right? Keep doing what y'all do. I'm here to support. I love y'all. I'm new on Bigo, by the way. So I don't know how to say.
Everybody's saying in the chat that you follow Nature Boy. That's what everybody's saying in the chat. Is that
okay? Well, guess what? Because at the
Are you jealous, Velvet?
First of all, I did.
Look at that face. All right. There you go. That's her high-ranking demon. She's jealous. And look at Tori. She's like,
I did. No, I'm a
after 2.5 seconds ago.
You see that? Jealousy.
Don't anymore.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Because at the end of the day, like, I was for the knowledge, like you said, like y'all said, right? But then I seen that shit going left. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
So look. This is the thing, right? When people see it go left, when people follow him initially, change their status and stuff, because people feel like they believe in his knowledge. What we should not do is continue to play out his ways, because that's like recreating him.
Absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Like using his.
Okay. See, sometimes you gotta read these comments out loud because we need the word of God. Okay, Jacqueline says that's why you have to be careful who you align yourself with because people love control. And that's why I thank God for the older saints. The men in my church told me if a man ever touches you, he's dead. Exactly. I agree.
His symbols, and that's like following his ways,
But
following his
the crazy thing is, though, Jacqueline, is this girl, Velvet, okay? She also put hands on those girls. And I'm not talking about the time on the beach when they were fighting, when Malia whipped her butt, okay? Because we all know what happened. I'm talking about the other times when she was allowed, and nobody was going to stop her or fight her back. When Nature Boy gives her the okay, that it's all right to put her hands on those other women, because she did it just as much as Nature Boy did it, allegedly. So, and all I'm saying about Velvet, I hope that someday she really does a true, I hope she says, you know what, I'm so sorry for what I did to you. But then after you apologize, you're going to have to turn from that behavior and stop making them women feel like that they're peasants and little minions.
That shit is demonic. Do you understand?
She keeps saying that.
He puts certain emojis and he has everybody change it and they have to have that emoji.
Right, you're right. And I get it.
Like when you say the mantras, these are spells, these are things that he's putting out into your universe to have you mentally fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely. So like I said in the beginning, when I started following y'all, it was like,
Stop.
I was just like intrigued with the knowledge, right? Because I was, coming into myself, right?
Coming into myself.
And I'm like, okay, all right, so okay, he got, he's in polygamy, whatever, and it is what it is. But everything appeared to be like he was on a righteous path, right? But then I started seeing certain shit, and I'm like, damn. And then it started unfolding as the months and the years started going. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck, right?
I believe it too. Shit.
I get that. Like, for me, it was like, I feel like what traps people with him too is just like, you understand that not everybody is all bad, and not like, you know what I mean?
Nobody's perfect.
For me, it was like I would always come back. I would still stay tuned into him because I'm like, okay, I know he's not just all bad. He's funny, he's charming. He has these good traits,
right?
But that is manipulation in himself. He has no intent on changing or being that better version of himself.
See, Tori keeps speaking how it is. She's saying he has no intentions of changing. All we can do is pray for him, but that don't mean they're gonna that they have to make that choice. God, just because you're praying for him and fasting and hoping that they come and see the light, which I pray they do, and I pray for him every day, but that don't mean they're gonna make that choice to come out of it. And what Tori's saying is that it don't mean he's going to change. He won't make that choice to do the right thing and change.
Taps into that part of himself to lure more people and to charm more people. He has no.
And that's what we have to do. We have to want to keep other people from going over there. The more we expose the evil of this whole thing, hopefully the more people will see it and be like, nope. But then again, we're living in a day when a lot of people do not believe in God. And if they believe in him, they'll still curse him and not follow after him. So, and they'll go anyway. So
And
it's all
being that
about
better version
choice.
of himself, where he can be caring and listening and nurturing. He has no intent in being that. He just uses that as a way to, like I said, lure and manipulate more people into following.
Jacqueline says, so she's the madam. This young woman is just as bad as him. She's trying to convince herself that she's not at fault. This lady is a nut job. They need Jesus. Correct. And a head doctor. Exactly. They need their spirit and their head worked on. And the thing is she's not so much the madam. I mean, he's got a madam over there now, and that's Aya. And Velvet, she was a high-ranking, not her. And this is where people get confused. And I always have to correct myself because I don't want to confuse nobody. She's not, the girl that she is not a demon. But what's inside of her, it's a high-ranking demon, just the same as Nature Boy has. And together, they're whatever they've done it together. And then all the other people that's over there, the men, the women, they're considered the lower-ranking demons, the ones that are there to serve them. And I believe that Velvet wants to go back, but she cannot go back right now. She sees that he's still with all these other women. She sees that there's maybe a chance that he could go down. She doesn't want to go down with him. So she's done a lot to try to distance herself and clean herself up in public in order not to have to be, but she needs to actually just try to, I think if she goes to the FBI or she goes somewhere, I think they'll make a deal with her. But I don't believe she's going to do that. Excuse me. Let's see.
Say that shit, Tori. Say that shit, guys.
Absolutely. And again, I say this again. The only reason why he feels some type of way about you, Tori, and you, Velvet, especially you, Velvet, because you have his daughter, is because
exactly, Jerry,
y'all are headstrong, right? Y'all have your own mind, right? At some point, I'm gonna call it stigmatized. I'm gonna keep it real, right?
Hell no.
It happened.
And I honestly gotta say it wasn't the dick, because I was always refraining from having sex with this nigga. This nigga, I was telling him multiple times, like, I don't want to have sex with you. This nigga turned into it. I seen his spiritual essence one time. We was sitting in a room, and I was like, I don't want to have sex with you. This nigga slid across the bed like a snake. I swore to you on my soul. This shit was weirdest shit I ever seen in my life. And he was just trying to be all seductive and stuff. And I was like,
It's stripper mode, not in stripper mode.
no, it was
Lady Leo, make a comment.
Mode. It was a demonic mode. It literally,
Lady Leo, say hi. I want to check something out. Can you say hi just so I can see something? You don't have, how come you don't have a wrench? Oh, yeah, you do. On my end, you do. Okay. So you got a wrench, Lady Leo. And she says you can tell she runs her family because she has the upper hand. They're afraid to speak real to her because she's going to leave again. Okay. Do you see your wrench next to your name, Lady Leo? And I'm going to make, and Jacqueline, I just made you one too. You both are moderators.
literally looked like he had turned into a serpent. Literally. Across the bed. I was standing up on the side of the bed and he in the bed slithering around and shit. I was like, man, what the fuck? Shit was crazy.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep. That's some deep shit.
I have a question. Like, did you like? I didn't notice until after I left that he was like performing rituals and he was using the people as vessels and stealing their energy. Did you notice that? Like while you were there?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Rituals, guys. And this is okay, so you're hearing it from Tori. So again, where is the baby?
The last time that I was in carbonation, when I had decided to go back with him the last time, that's when I realized it, because before the outside under the moon, he had everybody in carbonation around in a circle, shoulder to shoulder, and put me in the middle and beat me in the middle of that circle to take my soul. And I didn't break. My soul didn't break. And because I didn't break, he picked me up out the circle and he was like, why are you not breaking? Why are you resisting me? Just stop resisting me and stop making a scene in front of these people so they could disrespect me and shit. And I still didn't break. So when I didn't break that time either, he started hitting me again. And all of the men started running up and he was like, nah, we good, we don't need y'all. Y'all go sit normal. And I went after that time, he hit me a couple more times, threw me to the ground a couple more times, still never broke. So he wound up just taking me home. My head was hurting so bad. I couldn't even have the light on. I had to put my head was hurting so bad. Sybil was there. She wrote about it in her book. She didn't give a lot of details, you know what I'm saying? But that was a crazy ass experience. He tried to take my soul that night. And I remember this was right after I had made the decision to escape. Because every time I left Nature Boy, I had to escape because he always confiscated my documents. You know what I'm saying?
I remember all of it.
So what kind of rituals were you guys performing? See how they tell on themselves, but they don't actually tell everything? Because they're not going to incriminate him. And because if they do, they're going to turn themselves in. Because they all have done some things, I'm telling you.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Like I said, I didn't notice that he was actually performing rituals and stuff like that until after I was gone.
Yeah, Sapphire, I'm gonna drop you out the room so I can let other people.
Wait, can I ask one question?
I want Tori to finish her thought. Stop.
One question before you drop.
Hi, lovely.
One question before you drop me.
Go ahead.
Was he sleeping with the men in carbonation?
I don't know for sure. I don't know.
Yes, you do, Velvet.
I think he is.
I wouldn't put it
past I don't know either for sure, but I think he is.
I wouldn't put it past none of them. I think they giving it to each other in the booted up.
I got that vibe. That vibe comes off. I'm sorry. That's why I had to ask the question. But okay. I just want to say I love you guys. Tori, I love you. Blessings to you and your baby. Velvet, blessings to you and your baby.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
Later.
Thank you.
I didn't notice that he was performing rituals and things like that because that's not what he teaches. You know what I mean? He doesn't teach you to do spells. He doesn't teach you spell work. He teaches you that you don't need any of that and that it's all mental. But I didn't notice that he was performing rituals until after I left. And I think it was the fight between you and Malia and that it was on a full moon. I think it was like a full moon in Aries. And that's when I started noticing the pattern. I started noticing the pattern. And then I started remembering the pattern with me while I was there. He would fuck with me a lot of the times when it was a full moon. A full moon. Like every time it was a full moon, he would fuck with me. And that would be one of the days that I'd be ready to let go. Because I mean, that's what the full moons do. They push you to let go of shit that's not, that's hindering you from your highest purpose. But I started remembering a lot of the shit that I went through, and I'm like, a lot of this shit happened on full moons. And I started noticing, I'm like, this man is actually using people as energy vessels, and he's stealing their energy. But I always knew he was.
Exactly. So that's why we need to demand, where is that baby? And then you hear about other people that were forced to have miscarriages too, or abortions, or what is happening over there with these babies, unborn babies? Allegedly, we have a right to ask. We have a right to know. And then now we hear it's out of the horse's mouth. There are rituals going on.
Still in their energy, but I didn't know to what extent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that he was actually performing rituals and using people in that way.
Yeah.
And that's when I started noticing this, like, it got really demonic. It started getting really twisted. And that's when I was like, okay.
I had about that.
That is the real
I appreciate
victims.
the gifts, y'all. I really appreciate the gifts, everybody. There was what I had thought that he was doing. Well, I thought that he was doing rituals or something when he told me that he wanted to sacrifice, or he was thinking about sacrificing Eliana at one point in time. People could come into. Then double back, both the baby, passed away. He wound up saying, to Natiri, because Natiri was about to go back or whatever. She's not going back now, but when she was like,
hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the room. You can finish this. I'm gonna leave the room. I gotta grab Nubi.
Okay. For sure. Either way, a lot of that shit happened, and it's just crazy at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else panned out. Dancing with the devil. Facts, queen. Don't think spirit nature ball works will agree with him. I don't think the spirits nature ball works will agree with him. I don't know. All I know is demonic. But y'all, give me 1 second. I'm about to change Ellie on the diaper right quick. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. All right, that's better. All right, so when I was in moments like that, when I don't emotionally understand things, I'll completely withdraw myself from a circumstance. Especially when I was in carbonation, because I really felt like I didn't know who to trust, like who to go to. And he was always talking to me, like always putting shit in my head. Like he used to always tell me how he felt like you was weird and how I shouldn't want to be around you, and because the company you keep is who you are. He'll tell me, like, when other women come in, like if women come in, he'll tell me, like, don't really be, cool with them, just watch them, shit like that. He'll tell me to do that, you know what I'm saying? But he would want me to have sex with everybody. He wouldn't want me to get too involved with nobody, but he would want me to have sex with everybody. So that was a stop it, Eliana, stop. Calm down. Come sit with me. Come on, come sit with me. That was another main factor why I cut everybody off too, especially the women in carbonation, because he was making me have threesomes and I didn't like that. And so I didn't know who it was going to be next. And I'm just like, bruh, I can't deal with none of this shit. And I just wanted to leave the circumstance completely. You know what I'm saying? So I do apologize, like in those moments when we were in carbonation and we shared those deep moments and then we just like dared off because, something else was happening, or Nature Boy say some shit to me, or say he played everybody against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not one person in carbonation that he's not pitting against another person to have control over the circumstance. And I believe that the reason why we weren't able to build that bond or build the friendship that we have is because it would have never thrived there anyway. You know what I'm saying? We would have probably both left together. You know what I'm saying? If we would have kept our connection, which, that probably didn't happen because of Nature Boy keeping me separated. he liked to create scenarios to keep me separated.
He did not keep her separated at all. She wanted to be away from the other women. She couldn't get along with the other women because she was jealous of them. She didn't want to be around them. She only wanted them for the service that they were providing to her, watching her baby, taking care of her child. Like I said, taking care of her hair, everything, cooking for her.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on in one instance, you know, when everything was going on. But now, like outside of that, I was thinking about you the other day. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about you. I was thinking about how you was doing. I was thinking about if you had any type of disposition with me. Like I was like, I hope that her heart is at peace with me. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know deep down what you did to her. And Tori is never going to come out and confront you with it. She never will. I haven't even watched this video, but I can tell you here and now, I don't believe Tori is going to come out and confront her with everything. And she's never even apologized. So how can she just say, yeah, you know what, I'm okay with you? How can she do that?
They aren't at peace, you know what I'm saying, with me. And I didn't necessarily deliberately try to do anything to anyone. I was just surviving in the circumstance, just like everybody is, you know what I'm saying, or was at the time if you went to combination and left and everything like that. But
right. I feel like I had that understanding, and that was what I tried to keep that understanding as well, like with just understanding the circumstance and the space that we were in. It was like you said, we were all being put up against each other, and that was something that I always, because I did the same thing actually too. Like while I was there, I pushed everybody away, like all the women. I didn't want anybody around me in my space, and that, like you said, is because I did not know who I could trust. It was the same for me, and I felt like, you know, I tried my best to be there for anybody, for everybody that was being mistreated. Goddamn everybody. But I tried my best to be there for everybody, and I felt like, for me, I felt like nobody really reached out to be that safe haven for me, except for you. But like that was something that was the space that I always tried to tell myself, like, I was aware of the manipulation. I saw a lot of the times when new women would come into it, he would tell them, like, don't fuck with Joy. Like, just period. Like, don't talk to her. She don't got the knowledge. Even though I understood the knowledge completely, it was just the fact that I would speak up.
He wanted you to stay there if, you know what I'm saying? Like, that
exactly.
Weird.
But we all know why. Yeah,
because of your money. Yeah.
And he harvested anybody.
Because of her what? What was she saying? Because of her what? Her mind? Her money? What? I didn't catch that.
They're doing some like weird ass even then, because there were people there that was doing some crazy shit that he still wanted to stay. It's a hard.
You know what? I think out of all of them, I think they're all had a demon. Honestly, I really do. But I think Tori has Nefredi. I think those two, I think they have the best chances of recovery and trying to, you know, if they can stay away from carbonation, the longer they're away from them, the more their mind is going to start getting clear. And then they can start working on themselves spiritually, you know? And I think that those two ladies are not fully taken. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of hope for those two ladies. Or at least I'm hoping, you know. As far as Velvet, I'm sorry. I'll still say how I feel because I don't feel that. I think she wants to go back. I think she'll never get over Nature Boy. Yeah, all of them. It's all of them. Even the men over there, Jacqueline. Allegedly. See, I have to say allegedly because
Y'all out now. Y'all out now. Y'all got. Let me take care of this bitch. I don't know who she is. She keeps saying good shit. There you go. Y'all out now. Y'all healing. Y'all got it.
Lovely says Tori's playing alone. She's probably really not in college. I'm sorry, it's all a game. You could be right. Absolutely right. And I do think that the last thing she should be doing is going live with Velvet or anybody else from Carbonation. She's going to have to remove herself completely. That's not talking to them, not talking about them, going to the police. I mean, I don't know. I think she's going to keep her mind in it, but I'm hoping that, I don't know. It's too close to call just yet, but we'll see eventually. Let's just hope and pray that, Lady Leo says, did anyone hear about drug use over there? Well, you know what, Lady Leo? I've heard a lot. I've heard other people saying that, and this is alleged, but even Nature Boy himself has said that. But see, what they do is they tell on each other when they're all actually doing it. But he's saying, I heard him say at one point, and I think there was another lady that came out and spoke out against all of them, that she had a cocaine issue. But now if they're telling on her, it's probably because they all do. But only when they get mad at each other is when they tell on each other. And Lovely Flowers says they say weed. And she says cocaine K2. So, but I can't. Oh, are you leaving, Danae? Danae says, before I go, reminder to hit that like button. Thank you, Danae. Danae, I love her. She's very she's she's a very good person. Jacqueline says, let's see, I'm glad I would sit for hours listening to old mothers in church telling me, be careful of these men that have multiple women. A lady dressed her body down with some cream, and it was deadly. Yeah. The thing is that some of us were raised up in church, but even then, sometimes we all sin. But we also have that in us where we know we have to repent and we feel bad for things we might do. But some of us have really opened the door for things that I don't know if every time might have been intentional, but I do know that when you are practicing voodoo, like some of them have admitted to doing, or witchcraft, or that's all Satan. It don't matter if it's voodoo, witchcraft, what it is. It's satanic. And when you open the door for that, you're inviting it. You're allowing it. So yeah, Jacqueline, she is very nice. Just as all of you are.
I'm proud of both of you.
Thank you.
Y'all taking care of y'all children. Y'all don't need nobody help. I mean, if men don't decide to straighten up, let me tell y'all something about step parents. Sometimes they could be the best parents. both of y'all gonna be blessed with somebody to come into y'all life and do everything y'all need to want them to do and then some. You heard me?
Mm-hmm. I love to see that day. But look, we're not gonna focus on that.
Yeah, we're not destroying right now. We're on some healing right now.
Right. I'm manifesting.
Okay.
I'm taking my time though.
Where's the air conditioner?
I can't say too much. You did. Like, who you talking to? But yeah, that was something that was always on my mind in regards to it was just wondering if the connection was actually genuine. Like I said, I felt like we were each other's behavior, and it was just like that would torment. Like
I feel like the moments we did share when we was like confiding in each other, I feel like that was, I think, because we figured it. We would in our own personality moment or at those moments. Any other moment outside of those moments when we were confiding in each other was off of the strength of us just trying to do what we needed to do to lay low enough not to get verbally
right.
or physically abused by anyone in the camp.
Exactly. It was like that was a lot of reasons why I pushed everybody away too. Like I got tired of the back and forth and the arguments. Like a lot of times I wouldn't even start the arguments. He would just like he knew that I had a differing opinion, and then he would ask me like, "What do you have to say, Joy?" Then it was just like attack mode, like immediately. Everybody attacked Joy in that moment. So for me, it was just like, I don't know.
Ooh, you know what I was thinking just now in this moment? What was something that both of us have in common that got us out of the situation other than our children? Because our children, I feel like played a big factor in us, completely leaving him alone. But something other than our children that I believe that me and you have in common, and even other women who've left, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes like everybody's saying, it takes a strong person to have dealt with what we dealt with and then walk away and then continue to live our life. I feel like it's called self-esteem, the shit that Nature Boy likes to try to teach us about, us to have. When in actuality he's actually insecure, and so is everyone. I'm not gonna say everyone. I'm gonna say some, but in some form of fashion, I feel like we were insecure with some part of our being, like some part of our personality. But we really thought about who we were as people and started thinking about our past and the good things that we did, like up until that moment that we were with him. Everything else, all of the doubt that we had for ourselves, all of the chatter outside of what we naturally felt for ourselves, all of that ceased because nothing mattered but the worth that you had or that we had within ourselves in that moment. Like nothing else mattered. Like I'm worth this. I know I'm worth this. Like because I can prove it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the strength that pulled us out as well. Just having confidence in ourselves and believing in ourselves.
Velvet, you have never lacked confidence, girl. But I will say that women have got to have confidence in themselves, and they've got to have a certain degree of self-worth to where you're not falling victim to all this demonic stuff. Because if you're right in your head and you're right spiritually and you're right within yourself and God, you're not going to allow anything to come in between you and God or give it an opportunity for something to come, in and take over. They can only affect you as if you open the door for that.
Because if we would have never had that confidence and knowing a little bit of our self-worth, then we wouldn't have never been able to leave.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like Nubia, I say that all the time. Like I'm so grateful for her because she made me way stronger than I was. She makes me move.
Okay, we're gonna end this because we're about at the end of it anyway. But Lady Leo wants to know, what do you guys think about Velvet's father? Because what I think about him is, I think of him as like a victim. But I also think that as her father, I think he needs to take some more control over her somehow and get her to get the help she needs. But that's walking a fine line right there. You know, it goes back to what I'm saying is that you can't, you have a choice to make, and nobody can force you to do something you don't want to do. But I don't know. I mean, Chris says that he don't have anything nice to say about him. I've also heard that he believes in also having a few wives too. I don't know. That's something I just heard, allegedly. So I don't know. That's what I heard. Okay. And Lady Leo, or at Lady Leo, he is in on it to remember the baby birthday. He checked to see if she was online and had a smile. Let's see. He seems like there's a money grab at the end of this. Yeah. And I think also when, I don't know if you guys remember it, but I'm sorry. Chris says that I'm a woman. I'm sorry. I think there's a video where he was doing an interview with young Pharaoh, and he was pretty much saying that he believes that Velvet should come out and start this whole thing herself. Like, she was already another little nature boy. What does he want her to come out and lead her own cult? Or, I mean, because that's pretty much what he was saying, that he thinks that she should lead her own group. Let's see. Yeah, it could be. And Lady Leo says a book or maybe a small film. Yeah, especially if it ends up turning into another Jones situation. Yeah, Jonestown. And Jacqueline says, yeah, this is a learned behavior. These women are exposed to this. They're familiar with this. And then Lady Leo says he's creepy too. Yeah, he is. I think he is. In that same interview, he said that he's going to punch Nature Boy when he saw him. Well, it wasn't long after that he saw him. Why didn't he get him then? He's in on it. $signs. Lovely Flower says he's in on it. Yeah. Duva says that the baby is starving for Velvet's attention. And she's always on there cursing. And then the baby ends up saying exactly what she says. And then she's like, oh no, but then she goes back to doing the same thing again. Rain said he could not do that. He was in Mexico. Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I mean, you can't force something. You cannot force any of those women to do something they don't want to do. I mean, what is he going to do? Get himself locked up? But I agree with Lady Leo. He is creepy. I mean, there is something about him, and it's creepy. I mean, maybe he passed on that generational curse to her at birth, and that's why she's a higher ranking demon. I don't know. We have to look into his past also, because if she has that higher ranking demon, she's been like, that demon was given authority, permission to attach itself to her. And now did it attach itself to her at birth or before birth? Because of something that's going on with him. And in the Bible tells you about these generational curses. No, I've never spoke. Are you talking about Velvet? Because I've never spoke with Velvet before. And Velvet, if she's kind of like Nature Boy, she won't speak to anyone that she thinks is against her or the demon in her. And then when you try to speak to Nature Boy, the minute you mention God to him, you get blocked. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore. No, I haven't spoke with Velvet. Yeah, Jack, they are very comfortable with it. That's why I say it's a choice. I mean, you choose right or wrong. It's a choice. You can choose to walk in, even if you think that you're not going to get caught, and you're like, okay, if I rob this bank, and if I know 100% sure I'm not going to get caught, but I still know it's wrong, and you can choose to do that, but then later you're like, okay, do I want to pay for that crime now, or do I want to pay for it later? They know what they're doing is wrong, and they're doing it anyway, and they're choosing to pay that penalty later. And that's going to be when they stand before God, a judgment day. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was the last video I did. But he didn't talk long with her either. As the minute you confront him, he will run. So yeah. All right, guys, we've been on here for almost 2.5 hours. I tell people, don't step into demon spirits. This stuff is nothing to play with. Exactly. It is nothing to play with. And Lady Leo says she don't even see Nature Boy other baby mothers want nothing to do with but save their children. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I'm sorry about getting upset today, but I've had attacks coming from me at every end, but from this moment on, I can't address it. I can't address people who call me names, and I'm not going to address that. And people can think about me what they want to think. That's their opinion, and they have that right. But again, I am not going to allow anybody to come over here, call me racist, or use racist words against me. And other than that, if you have something to say, this is your platform. You have I want you to say how you feel, as long as you're being respectful about it and you're not trying to overtalk me. And I think that that's the same with anybody on their platform. They don't want to be overtalked or feel like they're being disrespected. And then when you say, okay, I'm giving you the floor now, and then when you go to speak, and before you can get a few words out, you're being interrupted over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just not going to happen anymore. So, and then I just made 2 more people my moderators. So, you know, like I said, I don't mind people saying how they feel, even if they disagree with me, because everybody needs constructive feedback. But there's a difference between that and then treating someone horrible, you know, in a way that they don't deserve, just because of my belief. And I think that that's why I'm being attacked, and because they don't want their moneymaker to be stopped. They want him to stay right where he's at, and that's sad, because he needs to be taken down. He needs to be stopped, because other women need to be prevented from being able to go into there. Jacqueline, I made you a moderator. Do you not see the wrench on your name or next to your name? And then I made Lady Leo my moderator. Luna TV. Oh, wait a minute. Luna TV says, do you have the video where they did the panel? What panel? Let's see. Okay, Jacqueline, if you see the wrench next to your name, that means you're a moderator. That means you can block people if they're saying things that don't align with what we believe over here. I want people to be able to express themselves, though, you know, but just not to be disrespectful to people here or towards me. It's just not right. Right. Lady Leo, she says, Jacqueline, absolutely, this is not a race war. We need to keep pushing this predator till authorities get involved. And Luna says, after this video you're showing, they did a panel on Vigo and spoke more. Oh, did they? You mean Velvet and Tori? Because I didn't see that one. I'm sure it'll come out though soon on YouTube. But I don't like to go into Vigo, because I was told that if you go in there, even just by watching them, that you're supporting them. And I don't want to go in there and watch them, because I'm not supporting that. Oh, and the dad did too. Yeah. Well, Luna, that will be out on YouTube. I'll keep an eye out on it too. And if I see it, I'll link it to this video in the description so that you can go check it out on YouTube. And then you don't have to go into Bigo and find it. Or I think Bigo erases it after they're done, don't they? But it will come out on YouTube, I believe. Everything else does. So when it comes out, I'll link I'll put that link in this video in the description. Jacqueline says, people make everything race. I agree, this is not a race war. No. I've been accused of everything, and it's crazy. We need to make a petition, but I'm not sure if it would do any good. I mean, do you guys think that would do anything? I mean, if I thought that would do something, I would say we should do one. But Lady Leo says, is there a petition out for Bigo to get Nature Boy off? And I believe there is a petition for Bigo to get Nature Boy off. Yeah, I think there's a petition, but I think even, is World News doing a petition? I think maybe World News might be doing one, but I'm not sure. All right, family. Let's see, Justin. Hi, Justin. Justin says, Justin. Yeah, I agree, Jacqueline. I mean, there's a difference in being monetized and getting paid for your work. But there's other things to report on. And if you're like if you're actively attacking people, innocent people, just to keep him going, just so you can keep making money off of him, there's an issue with that. Everybody they should be able to make money, I guess, on here and be monetized, because that's what YouTube is for. You know, a lot of people are on here to make money and to make this into a living, or at least supplement some income. But the thing is that when you attack other people, in order to, who are like, there's people out there who have been so close to bringing Nature Boy down, and these people are being attacked literally, spiritually and physically, and having their name slandered, accusing them of things they're not doing, just because they want to bring you down before they bring him down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jacqueline, I do put up my Cash App. Nobody ever really, I mean, I think I got one $25 donation, and that's fine. And I have told people at the beginning of this that we're in the middle, and I don't even think I can say this word, but we're in the middle of a pandemic thing. So nobody can afford that. So it's fine. But my thing is that, you know, I think that you should not go after people who are trying to bring him down, or have at least ideas on how to bring him down, just so you could keep making that money. Because I would rather not to make any money at all, which I'm not, but I would rather, if I was making money, I would say, you know what, if you could take him down, I will gladly. I mean, because once he goes to jail, if I don't find another demonic thing to expose, believe me, I probably will stop making videos. Hello, and time is up. Okay. Oh, state police. What these hotlines are. Is this the one for oh my goodness, Puerto Rico? Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Time is up. Says we're working on getting him reported and banned on Bigo until he goes to prison. Well, time is up. All I can say is be careful. Be very careful. Because there are people out there If they think you're getting too close to putting an end to him and their money, they're going to come after you. They will come after you. So just be careful. Look what happened to Ryan. Look what happened to me. Time is up says his time is up. Trust me, he did too much disturbing acts on the island of Puerto Rico. Yeah, I hear that they are doing like sexual assaults on people wherever they go, or allegations of sexual assaults on people wherever they go. And they cause a lot of disturbance, and nothing is ever done. Okay. Oh, yeah, Jacqueline says be careful because they are brutal. Time's Up says he's in Utondo, Puerto Rico. Did I say that right? At Lakeview Mountain Inn. You guys hear that? Is this Airbnb? Yeah, time is up. She says she's not scared. Yeah, I'm not scared either. I just sometimes get a little upset, but then I have to remember this belongs to God, and I have God within me. I believe in God, so that's who I trust. That I put all my love and faith in Him. But one thing, it doesn't matter what you believe in. I mean, I guess it does, but at the same time, we all have a common want and a common goal, and that is for him to be stopped. And then when you see people come in here and attack you, and you see them, and they're all coming in at the same time, you know what their agenda is. You know, hey Justin, how are you? We're not ignoring you. So yeah, let's just hope that time is up. Is he on is he at an Airbnb on Lakeview Mountain Inn? Because if he is, a lot of people can call them too and just let them know what they're up to. And then also, what's going on with Malia? Has anybody heard from her? I mean, I haven't seen any videos on her, which I've just had surgery a few days ago, and I've been out of it. I've been off of online. I've been able to upload a couple of videos, but I haven't been able to talk. And today's actually, I think, the longest I've been able to talk. Let's see. Time's Up says, time is up. I'm not scared either. We God like people pray. God is in control in the Pentecostal church. I've seen them battle the devil. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. All right. So I don't know that time is up is still in here. But she or he seems to know quite a bit about his location and stuff. But I would like to know about Malia. Has anybody seen from her or heard from her? It seems like she's been out of the loop for the last couple of days or something. Unless she's just been on here and I haven't seen it because I was in and out of it. All right, guys, we've been on here 2.5 hours. I'm going to try to let try to rest a little bit. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. And thank you for putting up with so much, but I really appreciate it. God bless.